Right now, these words may just be words to you. Somebody who seems very sure of themselves is offering you a very convincing argument that you create your own reality and that you offer a vibration and that what you offer comes back to you. And that's pretty much the end of the story about what's going on in your life. Everything that comes back to you is because of the output. And to one degree or another that you're controlling that output. So maybe it just sounds like so many words, and maybe that's the way you'll leave this room hearing it. Someone pretty sure of themselves gave us a pretty convincing conversation about how we can have more control of our life experience. But what we know for sure is that when you take 15 or 20 minutes for just a few days, at the beginning of the day is best, and you focus on something in the room that doesn't require much thought, something that's not very interesting, like the sound of the air conditioner. Hear it? It's a really good thing to focus on because it's not interesting, but you can train your mind on it. So when you focus on something that's not that interesting, and sometimes you have to go again and again and again, focus back there again, focus back there again, but you'll get good at it. And once you quiet your mind, then you can begin to receive thoughts or a thought. Might be the last 2 minutes of your meditation. You get an impulse to call someone or an impulse to do something. But here's our point. When you know you've quieted your mind, and you know it because you felt that detachment, and then out of the clear blue, out of the clarity blue, you receive an idea or an impulse, and you follow through with that impulse, and then you see the powerful, productive results of that. Then and only then will anything that we've said here to you have any real meaning, because words don't teach. You have to show yourself what the receptive mode is. You have to show yourself that you have the ability to tune into it. And then you have to receive some stuff and notice how it plays out in your life. Otherwise, it's just our words, and our words don't mean anything. It's only your life experience that gives you true knowing, you see. So once you show yourself that you can get into the receiving mode, and once you receive something, then you will come to trust. Then you will come to want to go there on a regular basis, to want to quiet your mind on a regular basis, to want to put unhelpful beliefs at bay for a little while, so that the beliefs that are truly at the center and core of who you are can come to the surface of who you are and play a more dominant role in your experience. Esther has been saying to herself, it's attraction, 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 attraction. It's attraction, it's attraction, it's only attraction. It's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction. It's attraction. It's only attraction. It's attraction. It's not assertion. No one's doing anything to her. Nobody is doing anything to her. Nobody's making good for her. Nobody's making bad for her. It's attraction. It's attraction. It's attraction. It's attraction. It's attraction. It's attraction. She got on the airplane yesterday. Every week we have another airplane story for you. Last week she got on an airplane, and Esther really likes the aisle. She likes the freedom of it. She likes to be able to get up if she needs to. So she's very clear about doing that. And a couple came on and said, there are two of us, and would you mind giving up your seat and taking our seat, which was a window seat? And Esther thought, it won't kill me. So she gave up her seat. And then the man who was sitting next to her was sleeping so soundly she didn't want to wake him up. So she suffered not going to the bathroom for an hour. And she said to herself, probably not going to do that again. Probably going to keep the aisle seat, which is more comfortable to me. So she got on the airplane, and the nice man was sitting in her seat. And she said, excuse me, I think you're sitting in my seat. And he said, no, this is my seat. And she said, well, the picture of the window is by your seat, and the picture of the person is by my seat. So yours is the window seat. And he said, all right. So he moved over, and Esther felt bad. She thought, would it have killed me to sit over there? Should I yield to his preference? Would it have been nice for me? And then she thought, last week, remember, it wasn't fun. And so she sat in that seat unresolved. You kind of get what we're talking about. Mad at herself, hadn't quite found the balance. She looked at him. He was really nice. And she thought, I'm so bad. And then the two people sitting in front two men who did not know each other. One of them had placed a big cup of frothy cappuccino from Starbucks on the seat, and he knocked it with his elbow. It fell back to where Esther and her new friend were sitting, hit the floor, and splattered all over their legs and shoes and bags. And Esther thought, that's about right. Because when you're bad, you deserve immediate punishment. And so she asked the flight attendant for some things, and this man was not the most agile of people, and so she said, you just sit there and I'll just wipe you down. So she wiped off his shoes, and she wiped off his leg, and she wiped off his briefcase, and then she wiped off her shoes and her leg and her briefcase, and then she made a little pile and cleaned it all up, and she thought, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction. The man in front was mortified. He could not believe that he had done that to them. And he said, I am so sorry. And Esther said, it's attraction. And he said, what? Esther said, it's a long story, but it's not your fault. And then the man sitting next to her looked at her like, you're a crazy woman. And Esther somehow felt wiser for the experience. It's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction. It's never other than attraction. It's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction, it's attraction. This is going to be a long day. It's attraction. What do you want to talk about? Something more?
One last thing, guys. I always tend to, when I describe my life to people, I always say it's kind of like going to a mirror with the frown and expecting the mirror to smile. That never works out. You have to first smile in order for the mirror to reflect back to you what you're giving to it. And so that's how I feel the whole universe is. I know it starts with me, through me. Everything's expressed through me. And now, I really feel like I always meet the best of everyone.
Yeah.
Always, like.
So it's attraction, 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 which means, what am I bringing to the table? What am I bringing to the table? Because what you're bringing to the table, so let's say you're with a group like this, or you're in a group with a few people on an airplane around you, or any group that you might gather. And let's, for sake of this analogy, let's call them people you don't know. They're strangers to you. So you show up, and they all do too, and you're all offering whatever vibration you're offering, and whatever experience you have together is because of the mix of vibrations that you've got going on. So let's say you show up and you've got this very, very strong feeling of insecurity because of things that you've been focused upon. So you've got this really insecure, almost paranoid vibration going on. And as you enter that mix, even though, let's say, most of them, or let's say not any of them, really has anything against you, and maybe they don't even have that much of that vibration active within them, just by the fact that you're there, you're going to stir whatever residue of that they've got going on. You're going to stir it up. Isn't that interesting? Everybody's bringing their vibration to the mix, and that's why the more you meditate, the more you love, the more you feel satisfied, the more you're in tune, the more you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, then the more you move around the planet, then the less coffee gets spilled on your feet. And it doesn't take much of a thought to get something activated within you, because every thought you've ever thought still has the potential of being activated again. No thoughts ever go away. These aren't thoughts that you're storing in a file cabinet. These are thoughts that you're activating or not activating. Well, yes, you have more propensity to activate some thoughts than others, but it's the practice of what you're activating that really the art of allowing is all about. As you practice the thoughts that feel best to you, and they become the dominant thoughts, and then you meditate on a regular basis so that you and your inner being are what are dominant, and then you move around the world, you can't help but evoke the best from others around you. And if you're watching television and seeing bad things going on, and you're worried about this and pushing against that, and you've got all that stuff activated within you, then you're bringing a different vibration to the table, and the people around you will act accordingly. Yes? Don't you love knowing it's attraction, 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 attraction? This is a really good time for a segment of refreshment.